Other news tonight, students are speaking out on a bill that could make college campuses safer. Sexual assault is called a silent, violent epidemic because students are afraid to come forward. Our chief Capitol reporter Susan Raff is live now at the Legislative Office building in Hartford near the Capitol, where today's public hearing took place. Susan?
Dennis, it was actually a public hearing today, and many students spoke out passionately in support of this legislation, which really has two parts of it. One is to make surveys mandatory so that schools, colleges, for example, can get a better understanding of how students feel about safety on campus. The other would encourage more students to come forward. Sexual assault on college campuses is a serious problem. Nationally, 1 in 10 students have been sexually assaulted. Yet only 10% report a sexual assault.
This is an epidemic of sexual violence, and young people need to step off the sidelines, roll up their sleeves, and figure out how we can confront the problem head on.
A bill now being proposed could improve services on college campuses. While some colleges have climate control surveys, this makes them mandatory. Surveys are a way to hear from students how the college is addressing sexual assaults. Representative Turco heard how a sexual assault affected one of his constituents.
Causing her tremendous amount of stress, for her being afraid to go back to school, to go to class, having to transfer to another college within the state.
It is a bipartisan effort.
No longer is it ever acceptable for people to say, this is how college life is. No means no, and nobody should ever endure the sexual assault or violation of their own personal space.
The other part of this bill would create amnesty in an effort to get students to come forward, either those who have been a victim of sexual assault or who may have witnessed something. In many cases, drugs and alcohol are involved, which prevents students from speaking out. Bridget Costner graduated from the University of New Haven and is now working for a support group.
You know, if students don't have the ability to come forward without that amnesty, they may fear, sanctions. And that's something that, we hear from students through these studies.
Amnesty is an important part of this bill because of the fact that many students are afraid to speak out, especially if drugs or alcohol are involved. There will be another public hearing on the bill itself and then a committee vote. We are live in Hartford. Susan Raff, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.